Hello, everyone. I am Rebecca Terrell, senior editor with the New American Magazine, and we have some breaking news from Washington, D.C. with all these rumors that Roe versus Wade is going to be overturned. Randall Terry, founder of Operation Rescue, is with us today. He is in Washington, D.C. and has been on the front lines at the Supreme Court trying to show support for this to get Roe versus Wade overturned. Randall, thank you so much for joining us today.
Glad to be with you, Rebecca.
Tell us what's going on up there. Give us your story and what's happened.
Well, first of all, Justice Roberts has confirmed that that draft was legitimate. And I have not finished reading it. I have been reading it, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I've laughed out loud several times because it is so belligerent about what a faulty decision Roe versus Wade. It was not based in the Constitution. It was not based in American history. It was not based in Magna Carta or English common law. It came out of nowhere. So they said, look, the government and the baby killers are saying you either strike down the Mississippi law or you might as well overturn Roe altogether. And the court said, okay, we'll take that deal. We're going to overturn Roe altogether. Now, Justice Roberts has said that there will be an investigation into who leaked this, and they will be held accountable. But he also said it will not deter the court from doing what it's doing. So that's good news. I'm confident that there are 5 judges up there. I'm not confident about Roberts. So what we think we know is that 5 justices are in favor of overturning Roe, 3 are adamantly opposed, and Roberts himself is the unknown factor. So we will, he might write his own opinion, who knows? But we are very excited. I mean, it's not the end. Everyone needs to know that if Roe versus Wade is overturned, according to what a court opinion in this draft says, they will simply put the matter back to the states. So states like Tennessee has a trigger law that abortion will be made illegal immediately. Other states are making abortion illegal even as we speak. States like California, New York, Illinois, they're going to keep killing babies until it's imposed upon them either through a constitutional amendment or through a federal law. So that's what's going on the legal side. On the activist side, I don't know what footage you can find out there, but my wife, I spoke to my wife a little while ago. She said that she has seen tons of footage of us, the pro-lifers, out there. So when the news came to us last night that this was leaked, I said to everyone, get your poster board, get your markers immediately, write something about Roe, and we're going to the Supreme Court right now. So by the time we got there, there were about 100, 150 pro-abortion people. And we were the only pro-lifers, maybe 20 of us. And it became mayhem. I mean, we were there till almost 2 a.m. Their crowd swelled to about 250 or 300. There were several assaults from the child killers against us. I got punched in the face. You can see a little scab on my nose, right? Blood all over me. I had brand new glasses and he smashed my glasses all the heck. There was another young lady who was grabbed and it looked like she was going to be body slammed, and other people intervened and kept her from getting hurt. Another one of our guys got punched. He fought back. So it was funny. It wasn't funny, but it was disturbing is the better word, because the police didn't know this was going to happen. They had no presence there. There were no cops.
See, we heard in the media reports that there was police presence. They put up these barricades expecting trouble. And you say that's not what happened.
That was today. Last night, they put the barricades up around 1 a.m, maybe 1:30. All pandemonium and chaos had broken out long before that. And there was maybe 2 or 3 cops way away from everyone. Then they brought in about 10 police. And I said to the lieutenant, what's going on? And he said, this caught us off guard. We didn't know that this was coming. We didn't have the manpower. We didn't have anyone we could even call in. So the good news
odd.
is,
that seems very odd.
It was leaked. Yeah. beg your pardon. By the way, I'm in an Airbnb right now, and we're staying at another hotel, but there's probably 10 or 12 young people here. And when you said you want to do the interview, I said, I need a room somewhere, anywhere. So I'm sitting on the floor talking to you. This is not your standard interview. Thank you, God, we were there. And we were able to dominate much of the news. If we had not gone, if our group of 20 people last night and today, if we had not been there, the pro-aborts, the baby killers would have had the entire playing field to themselves. Every interview, every comment, every chant. But because we went there with probably 6 bullhorns and 15 to 20 people, we were singing songs. We're going to dance on the grave of Roe versus Wade. We were chanting, we were disrupting them, and we were able to get a ton of interviews. And then the same thing happened today. We got there a little after 9 in the morning, about 20 of us, maybe 22, and we were it. I mean, there were a few pro-lifers standing off on the side, meek and but we were there in the face of the pro-aborts with our bullhorns, chanting pro-life chants, drowning them out. And we got one interview after another. I mean, I've got people texting me saying, we saw you on TV, we saw you on TV. Now, the reason that this is important is because the baby killers are going to want to make it seem like the nation is outraged about this. So I want to speak, if I may, Rebecca, directly to your audience. I'm asking for 2 things from you. 1, hold a protest, a press conference, a rally, whatever you want to call it, in your city within the next 48 hours. Go to your congressman's office, go to your federal courthouse, go to your U.S. senator's office, wherever it is, and get 3, 4, 6, 8 of your friends and hold up signs that say overturn Roe. We support overturning Roe. And before you go, call up your local TV, call up your local newspaper, ask for the newsroom, and say, hey, we're going to be there. Please come and cover. So like 1 p.m. or 12 noon, do it for 1 hour. We need, or if you hear that the baby killers are going to have some type of an event, go and disrupt it. Go with signs. If you've got a bullhorn, take it. But go and stand there saying, we support overturning Roe. We've got to have our message out there so that it doesn't, I don't care what the latest poll shows. Most Americans, 74% of Americans are baptized Christians. In their heart, they know abortion is murder. And they know we've got to make murder illegal again. So number 1, hold some kind of demonstration. Number 2, go to my website, randallterry.com, and make any kind of contribution that you can. Anything, $20, $50, $100. We've got a lot of people here that have to be fed, housed, driving people around, Ubers. We need help. And we were here this week, Rebecca, as you know, to hold protests against Santangelo because of the 5 babies. But when this broke, we had to pivot and use our manpower and our resources to say we support overturning Roe versus Wade and ending child killing in America.
It's great that God put you in that place where you needed to be. Why the lopsided numbers? Usually pro-lifers are going to turn out. What accounts for that? Just the fact that this was not planned?
I'm going to respectfully tell you something rather sad. Pro-lifers don't usually turn out. The only time they turn out is once a year for the March for Life, which has gotten some good numbers, but it's having less and less impact because it's being ignored. I've been very bitterly disappointed of how few pro-lifers have come out. We lived here for 3 years. I led my pro-life activism here in the district for 3 years. And we had about a dozen hardcore activists that would walk through fire for babies. But most of these big organizations based in D.C. are fundraising machines, and unfortunately they have very little impact in the street. And a lot of these people who are out there with me and I'm with them, a lot of them aren't even Christians.
Mhm.
They're very left-wing, atheist or agnostic, and it breaks my heart that we're out there and the Christians there's a lot of Christians here in this district, they're not out there.
What else do you have planned? Are you going to go back to the Supreme Court and spend any more time there?
We're going back tonight from 5 to 7, so we can be there when the local media is doing their live, their live coverage. We're going to their Supreme Court again tomorrow morning, and then we're going on tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We're going over to Santangelo's to offer $25,000 to any member of his staff who testifies under oath about criminal activity that he's doing. So we've raised the money, but I think 4 or 5 different groups all chipped in a little bit of money, or individuals. So we've got the 25,000 raised, and we're going to see if one of them cracks. That's how Gosnell went down. It was the staffer on the inside who ended up testifying against him. So there's people at Santangelo's clinic that know he's still doing partial birth abortion, and that know that he's leaving babies to die after they're born, even though that's against the law. So we're going to offer the 25,000 at his abortion mill tomorrow. Then we're going to go back to the Supreme Court, and we'll see. And we're just going to be there. As long as this is a hot news item, we're going to be there to make sure that the pro-life side's message is heard.
Absolutely. Okay. And you said we can get in touch with you at randallterry.com, or anybody in the area can go join you tonight,
Yes.
right? At the Supreme
Please.
Court. And
Please.
Walk right up to you and introduce themselves, and you'll let them know what to do, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for leading the charge up there. We really appreciate you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Rebecca. It's an honor to be with you.
Thanks. We appreciate your time.